Hello and good morning. I'm Will P. Toom with Business Group Resources. And this morning I have a program that I'd like to share with you that could really help you out in this time of COVID crisis. Any interruption with your revenue will put a strain on your business. So, with that, I'd like to share with you a program that actually taps into any profit loss so you can gain funding for the future. Let me open my presentation here real quick. And I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Here we are. All right, as I mentioned, we are Business Group Resources. We are a company from Costa Mesa, and we've been in business for about 15 years, dealing with life insurance, moving into tax consulting so that people can always find and protect the money that is eligible for them. If I can share with you a quick video, this is an explainer video I think is really well done. And please focus your efforts on this video for the next 2 minutes.
Dollars on the table. Did you know that most small companies are leaving significant dollars on the table? It's because they aren't taking advantage of congressionally mandated tax credits and rebates that they are eligible for and probably don't even know exist. This may be happening to your company too. For example, in 1981, Congress enacted the Research and Development Tax Credit, which, according to recent IRS data, has since been expanded through several administrations. It was designed to help American businesses that are thinking bigger and better be more competitive and keep jobs within the USA and in their own local community. It's meant to reward companies who innovate, expand their business, and develop or improve existing products or services. According to the Washington Post, the R&D tax credit and other related tax incentives can save businesses more than $12 billion a year. But the Wall Street Journal indicates that only 5% of small businesses are taking advantage of these tax credits and incentives. Unfortunately, the vast majority of eligible small companies are totally unaware of these benefits or how they may qualify for them. So, who does qualify? Doctors, dentists, manufacturers, construction companies, just to name a few. If you spend time being creative, developing a better product or service so you can be more competitive, you likely qualify. And that's where we come in. We are Business Group Resources, and over the past 10 years, we have helped over 5,000 small businesses get back the money they deserve, just like the ones you see here. And we may be able to do the same for you. To see if you qualify for these congressionally mandated programs, contact us for a free analysis of the incentives and credits that may be available to you and your small business.
It always amazes me how little percentage of businesses are actually taking advantage of these credits and rebates. So over the past 35 years, the government has enacted over 700 congressional mandated dollar for dollar incentives and credits designed to help small businesses keep jobs in their local community. And as you know, there's been a stimulus of a $2 trillion business package that includes these incentives and credits. So much more is available. So all the more reason to look to see what's available to you. And a major university study showed that only 5% of these eligible small companies take advantage of these unclaimed refund incentives, even though they're entitled to them. So again, find out what's available for you, what's on the table, and how can you claim it. Many companies do not take advantage of these incentives simply because they just don't know about them. So if you're owed these incentives and tax credits for previous years, wouldn't you want to find out about them? So a great example is when Trump praised Carrier, a state offers $7 million in incentives. The Indiana Economic Development Corporation had offered Carrier up to $5 million in conditions through tax credits over the next 10 years based on the company's plan to retain over 1,000 jobs. So we hear about this quite often with the Googles and the Amazons, but you don't really hear too much for the small business owner. And that's where we come in. We're looking to focus on the volume of the small business owners that make the majority of the population of small business community. Chuck Grassley, who is a U.S. Senator, was at a conference, and he said something that was very significant. And if I could share that soundbite with you now.
I've always believed that the tax code should encourage the success of small and medium businesses and for creating jobs for small and medium-sized businesses because they're the economic engine of our economy. Business owners should learn about the tax incentive meant for you. There's a long list of tax provisions that provide much needed tax relief to businesses and individuals. But what worries me is that many of you here, business owners and accountants, too often think that these tax incentives, that these just happen to be for big corporations. And I want to impress upon you, nothing could be further from the truth. The IRS reported recently about 85% of the R&D credit went to the largest companies in America. The key reason the largest companies were much more active than small and medium companies in applying for the credit. Too often, small and medium businesses just simply are not taking advantage of the R&D and any other incentives. A comedian once said that 90% of life is just showing up. The same is true in tax for small and medium businesses. To show up, take advantage of these benefits. So my message to you is learn about the tax incentives that are available. These incentives help your business succeed and thrive.
So I'm glad we have the politicians really promoting this because Congress enacted the Research and Development Tax Credit in 1981. And according to recent data, IRS data, it's been expanded through several administrations. So started with Reagan and moved on through every administration until Obama made it permanent. However, out of 178 million corporate tax returns in the US, only 20,000 claimed any of these business tax incentives. The Wall Street Journal discovered that 19 out of 20 businesses that qualified for these benefits are not claiming them, though they're entitled to them. So take advantage of these opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. They're available for you. You just got to know how to navigate through it, and that's where we come in. These incentives are offered. Tax incentives were created by Congress to keep jobs on American soil. They were established to create economic stimulus, encouraging investment in the US and create innovation for growth, and to encourage entrepreneurship to expand the business market even more so. So major small businesses and incentive credits. There are over 700 federal, state, and local credits and incentives available for businesses, but the most lucrative are state and federal hiring credits. So that includes employees, work opportunity tax credits through the WOTC, and the on-job training employer reimbursement program, research and development credits, business development credits, and energy efficient commercial building deductions from 179D. So that's just a couple of examples of there's over 700 credits. And so we have proprietary software that will scrub all this data for you. And in just a matter of weeks, we can come up with a very conservative assessment report for you, which will really support the rapid transaction of your payment. So 5 myths of the R&D tax credits. Number one, these credits and incentives are only for large companies, and that is farthest from the truth. Whether you have a company with hundreds of employees or a sole proprietor, you may very well qualify for these credits and incentives. Uh, you could be worth these could be worth tens of thousands of dollars to you. And these are only for companies who invent something? No, not again. Uh, this is false. You could very well be eligible if you simply modify or improve an existing product or a service. Number three, the R&D tax credit won't help me with with state taxes. Well, in addition to federal tax credits and incentives, almost 40 states of the nation also offer their own additional tax credits and incentives. Number four, the R&D tax credits are too complicated to get. And again, we make the process simple and easy for you. Though our team of tax professionals, we help discover that what you qualify for and help you get back the money you deserve. Number five, this all sounds too good to be true. Well, I hear that time and time again. But just because we don't know something doesn't make it untrue. It just means we don't know about it yet. Remember, these were enacted in Congress over 35 years ago, and the majority of the states also participate. So what's the value of BGR and what's our service? This is the ability to discover a hidden and immediate source of cash for your business. And it creates a significant potential reduction in current and future federal and state liabilities. Businesses can take tax credits for the last 3 years in federal returns and 4 years in state returns. Tax credits may carry forward 20 years and an annual review and ongoing R&D credits and other programs. So who qualifies? You got manufacturing, construction, engineering, textiles, farming, automotive, financial services, software, consumer products, entertainment and media, food processing, doctors, dentists, chiropractors, medical devices, fashion designers, oil and gas, consulting, chemical and plastics, telecommunications, web design development, and paper and forest products. Strictly retail type businesses are generally not going to be a good fit for this program because they're not really making something. They're just acquiring a product, manipulating it, and then upselling it. So we're looking for those companies that are creating something or making something through manufacturing or technology. Rule of thumb, is the company the same as it was last year? And will it be the same as it will be next year? So we're looking for those companies that are going to scale exponentially using technology. Those are going to be the ones that have the higher payouts. So you ask, what's the catch? There are 3 qualifications. Number one, you need to observe the being creative rule. The business must be creative and expanding in nature. And number 2, observe the rule of 1. There must be at least 1 employee on payroll. There are some credits for companies paying 1099 employees, but we really want to go after those companies that have W-2 employees. It'll be a larger turnaround for you. And you want to observe the paid taxes rules. Your company must have paid taxes for the years that you want to receive benefits from. You really have to have paid into the system before you can actually get something. Yeah, a good analogy is when you go to the market and you buy a product and you get a $2 rebate coupon. You got to buy the product first and then you send in your rebate. Well, basically it's the same thing. You've done the work, you paid the taxes, and now you want to get some of that tax money back. So what you put in is what you're going to get out. So recent success examples, a dentist office in Aliso Viejo received $31,000 through federal and state incentives. They were an S corporation with 2 shareholders and 10 employees. We also had a commercial construction company, $262,000 received through federal and state incentives, an S corporation, 4 shareholders, 50 employees, and they're based in Long Beach, so not too far. All these companies have been local And we're helping really support local small business owners like yourself. So here's a whole list. You can look at this later. I'm going to email this out and make it available online for you to review if you missed this webinar. So Business Group Resources, again, is a marketing firm, okay, just so that's clear. We're associated with Business Incentive Solutions. They are the CPA firm that we are partnered with. The team of tax professionals at BIS specialize in helping companies discover the incentives and rebates they did not know they were entitled to. BIS has highly qualified and very specialized teams of tax professionals, and over the past 10 years, they've helped over 5,000 small business owners get back the money they deserve, like yourself. So, how do we get started, you ask? Well, it's simple. We have you complete a 4-page confidentiality agreement. Basically, our CPA and your CPA will be the only ones that will review your numbers. I won't even see your information data. Information form for the team of tax professionals will work to prepare a free analysis on the basis of your survey. So you're going to get a NDA, and then you're going to get a survey, which basically asks, what does your company do? Describe in detail, what are the research and development components? How do you stay on top of technology? How do you stay up on top of the education? So you just need to be clear and concise when they're asking, because then that'll allow for a higher assessment to qualify for. Well, here's Kim. I want to share this video with you because she is a proud client. And if you could focus your efforts on the video.
Hi, my name is Kim Warner, and my business partner Jim Crawford and I own a local residential heating and air conditioning business in San Diego, California, Air Plus Heating and Cooling. And today I am here to express my gratitude and appreciation with BGR, team of CPAs and their proprietary software help us recover over $117,000. Yes, you heard that right. $117,000 in unclaimed taxes, and the process couldn't have been easier. Very seamless, flowed exactly as they said it would, and a little over 4 weeks later, we have already received our first 3 checks from the federal government. So if you are a small business and you think you have some unclaimed tax dollars, you probably do, spend 5 minutes on a phone call and go from there. You have nothing to lose and unclaimed tax dollars to gain.
Awesome. And lastly, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My phone number is listed. My email is available. My website is posted. I can, during this time, meet with people one-on-one, video conference through Zoom. We can also just chat on the phone to see if you qualify for any incentives. And just really, you don't know what you don't know, and this is free and complimentary. So we have skin in the game also as well. If you would like to start the process, it's very simple and free and complimentary. And it's a 3-step process. First, we engage with the NDA and company survey. We submit that. We get back a conservative case study of your business in which we will identify an approximate how much you could get in return. At that time, we can move forward into a contractual agreement where we will further uncover and take a deep dive into your taxes to see what more is available to you. So with that, I'd like to say thank you, and I look forward to chatting with you again. Again, my name is William P. Toon with Business Group Resources. Your success is my business, getting you the money back you're entitled to. Thank you again.